heaven, turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. Tell me we don't live in hell. My brother doing 55 in that cell. Nigga claiming he your round, he'll spit shell. Same nigga you put on to hit the standing tail. How the fuck you turn your back on a nigga that love you? Treat your kids like my kids, treat you like a brother. I told my dog, let's leave the streets to serve the Most High. He said, fuck that shit, he trying to sell another pot. His daddy killed him, put him in the trunk, set him on fire. His wife was pregnant, he ain't never get to see his child. Had me thinking to myself, what happened if I die? Look my babies in the eyes, I gotta stay alive. I put my ego on the shelf and my pride to the side. I'm with some niggas who gon' step and got God on their side. Got in the ISUPK, they keep asking me why. As I do the work of the Lord, I gotta stay alive. Face the east, pray alive. I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive.
You ever pump a pack with a snake by your side? Yes, I did. A man reach out to God before he died? Yes, I did. I know the Lord forgive us for these sins, but I'm starting to think the kingdom of heaven is for these kids. I told my daughter, there's one man in your bed, I won't stand for less. For my son, I hit your head on that fragile legs. I lost some niggas to that dope, I lost niggas to the feds. Remember Jono tried to stick me for that cheese on that bread, yeah, I was thugging with Lucky and that nigga left me for dead. Endured to the end cause I listened to what was said. Mother told me she loved me when she was sick up in the bed. I was running them streets but the truth made me a man. Shit I don't really speak cause she'll never understand. That's why I ain't even tell her about these voices in my head. I'm still trying to manage my anger like Uncle Craig.
I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I don't give a lovely fuck about what them bitches gotta say. I'm a West nigga till they put me in the grave. I don't give a lovely fuck about what them niggas gotta say. I'm a West nigga till they put me in the grave. I don't care about what they say. Hey. Fuck with my Akima, fuck with my sisters, then I got a problem, I'm never gonna miss you. I got 100 hanging out the AR, I got a 50 hanging out the pistol. He say it's corner, I'm just being realistic. I be on them corner posted with the realest. If it's the Sabbath, then we going fishing. I'm reeling them in, that's a God-given mission. I'm really on 10, but I'm stamped in the pistol. I get the order, be glad of this mission. Hebrew Academy graduate, nigga, training, put through the baddest conditions. I don't fuck with none but the baddest of bitches. She righteous, submissive, she glad to be with me. Had that thing Putin like Batman, niggas, she know I'm a prophet, she glad to be listening. Disrespect, I ain't having that shit, tell her go make some business from scratch. She bitchin' a different breed of black men. We don't do the bad thing. I remember back when I was really trapping, trying to get the racks in, selling dope to black men. But now I'm trying to make it straight. Like, don't forget about my face. We standing up straight, can't fold us. Too heavy, the world won't hold us. Go get you some rank, I told you. Line up in these ranks, we soldier. You can take that to the bank, we focus on. How many times must we remind you? One body, one rest. One break off, but never take off as a flex. When the law with you ain't no up next. It's just us, nigga, that's that on that. All that weak shit, that ain't no threat. Say you won't beat, bitch, with that ain't no sweat. We with all that. We with all that. The Lord called a nigga out the world. I responded and called back. Oh, Lord. And everything that they stole from us, fuck that shit. We want all that. Them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come under command and general, YAHANNA, we unaffiliated with them. They tongue and they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine, that's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. That's why we unaffiliated with them. I cannot fuck around with fake niggas. We taking ground when we in your city. You better have the women, have the liquor. Keep that bitch on me, please don't but the same. Don't be a fool and be another victim. Say you a goon, you just another Christian. How you my brother, you ain't in here with me. We in the gutter, deep down in the trenches. We with them niggas locked up in the prison. Black and Hispanic, Native American, Indian, we ain't just talking shit, but we living in it. We be everywhere, you can't miss it. And we be precious hell, take a picture. And we special now with the scriptures. Play, we gon' script them, yeah, we some killers. These niggas tripping, they mind blown. But business, forgive me if I'm wrong. I don't get it pause when niggas say that they be looking for niggas to slide on. The slide that I know about is when I send with the Glock with the slide. For real, I get the order, you know that it's slaughter. See me and my niggas gon' die. Kill. The bigger the better for kingdom of heaven. You niggas get wet about me cause I'm fed up. I rep UPK. My niggas won't let up. Got choppers, got nines, AKs, Berettas. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight, but with me and my nigga like bitch or whatever. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight, but with me and my nigga like them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come under command and general, YAHANNA, we unaffiliated with them. They tongue and they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Yeah. See, they always ask us like, why y'all don't fuck with such and such? Why y'all won't come together with such and such? I be like, we unaffiliated with them. You understand me? Like, niggas be out here on some weirdo shit. And to be honest, that's why we unaffiliated with them. Hey. That's why we unaffiliated with them. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Okay,
I've been in my Bible lately. You understand me? Like, shit crazy out here.
World said fuck us, so we said fuck the world.
You know,
the world said fuck us,
Matthew 24:13.
so we said fuck the world.
He that should endure to the end.
The world said fuck us,
Shall be
so we
saved.
said fuck the world.
Fuck the world.
The world don't love us,
No.
so we said fuck the world.
Look, I know your kinfolk gone, but hold on. I know them lights ain't on, but hold on. Look, even if you feel you got nothing to hold on, I got a message. God said, hold on to your sanity. I know you in a position that you ain't planned to be. With our lives, we're not addicted to gambling. You feel the pressure and the thoughts in your head are scrambling. You feel the storm getting closer. You feel like giving up before you even start, then it's over. You feeling like fuck it, you going through too much to be sober. Life is passing you by as you do this over and over, over and over, over and over, over and over. Time to make a change now. Instead of that, you fall a victim to the same now. Starting to find out that this life is not a game now. Back against the wall, couldn't run as the poor man screamed to the top of his lungs.
World said fuck us, so we said fuck the world. The world said fuck us, so we said fuck the world. The world said fuck us, so we said fuck the world. The world don't love us, so we said fuck the world.
For real, look.
Cover your eyes, don't wanna see the blood on the leaves. Bodies of eyes innocently hanging from trees, floating in screens, blood in the water, blood on the altar. Still don't believe justice is coming. Heavenly Father, did not Christ say vengeance is mine? Don't even bother. When he return, it's gonna be slaughter. Ooh, I know you don't wanna face it, but what's real love sound like hatred. And you gotta be fucking crazy if you think they gonna get away with killing all them babies, feeding them to alligators. All the women that was raped, the transatlantic slave trade made us build a nation that we can't partake in. School to prison, pipeline, mass incarceration. All the lives that's been taken, hated to love it. You only talk about forgiveness cause we never get justice. I think you really reluctant. I remember hearing a hood niggas say all the shit he would've done if he was living during slavery. Look what's going on today, and you ain't doing a damn thing but putting shame on your ancestors' name. But who's to blame? All these drugs, pills, weed, beans, lean, and cocaine. I get the feeling that we living in a big dope game. The world said fuck us, so we said fuck the world. The world said fuck us, so we said fuck the world. The world said fuck us, so we said fuck the world. The world don't love us, so we said fuck the world.
This is Wix Studio, built to meet any brief. When your project calls for bold creativity, design freely on Figma.
Hey, yo, slow down for a second. Slow down. Hey, yo, Shaw, Brazil, hop up real quick. We're gonna get these niggas real quick, huh?
I was in the weird place, talking like they bout it, come around, niggas scared straight. I've been locked in, no distractions for a year straight. This shit heavy duty, keep it coolly, pump your air brakes. One West, I don't hear the rhetoric. One West versus these cats, we ain't sweating shit. Pop it on the internet, you see them, they ain't saying shit. Nigga, who's you playing with? Stepping out the murder van, nothing they seen before. One hand wash the other hand, battle scars I needed those. Living by the law, y'all can keep the cool. I've been organizing, strategizing, they ain't peeping dumb. This is not a drill, this is not a rental. What I look like, earn my stripes, man, I'm too official. They gon' say they knew me, but they don't know the new me. I'm glorious, notorious, Biggie with the cool G. I wrote this on the loose sleep, kicking shit like Bruce Lee. Never slipping, blade under my pillow like it's loose teeth. This is how a soldier look, doing what I'm supposed to do. If you rockin', then I'm rockin', nigga, that's how soldiers move.
South Coast shit, nigga.
Right.
UPK shoot south.
Soldier move, nigga. Soldier moves, nigga. Shaw. Okay.
Man, I hate when the pussy niggas speak to me, cause only one I talk to is beneath the sheets. I'm rude in speech, cavity in my fist might lose your teeth. Who is you to me? Now you can't even damn chew or eat, just fucking drink. But take that way if you don't even think. I'm off the leash. I'm humble but will still unleash. Talk big but shrink when you're around a damn righteous priest. I'm so unique, and all my women thick, petite. I'm gone. I be on my level. Haters want my shine. Nigga, I ain't shit. I think they know I'm lying, but really I ain't shit. I ain't enough crackers. I need a whole buffet, cause I ain't going backwards.
Let me tell you something about it. It's such a fool's game to think that you have to seek power. You have to seek the Most High, and you'll have all the power. I got more power than you could imagine, and I've sought none of it. Like I got power. I ain't sought none of it. I just want to work hard in this truth. I want to be the best soldier I could be.
All my soldiers take over. All my soldiers take over. All my soldiers take over.
Yeah. Yo, come on. Yo, Kashak, pull off. And don't go backwards. Let's go.
Yeah. Cold shit.
I ain't come with goons, but I'm well connected. Walk in the room and pop, like you got rejected. Let me see if you qualify or not. Spinning up in a tinted truck, riding around your block. Busy man. I get a word, he this shit from top to bottom like a motherfucking ceiling fan. Hopping out the rental van, on my way to LAX. Brothers out in Cali and they killers out of every set. But I ain't crippin' on no blood. One West, all my niggas got it out the mud. Put your face on a t-shirt, memory of niggas acting tough in them songs, that's the drugs. I don't need no cases, all my pistols clean. So now I weigh my options, used to use the triple beam. Used to get the wop, mix it with the nicotine. Now I travel state to state and put on for my team.
The fuck wrong with them? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get them. I see niggas and they feelings all fill them. Kick the Glock Glocky with me, it was like a ball with it. At the end, I gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay patient. You one of them? Yeah. What's the problem? I'm one west, go to war with everybody. Cut the grass for the snake, fuck the gossip. Front line with them soldiers, that's my posture. Gun drawn, trying to curse the imposter. Shit get out the pocket, go to war with everybody, yeah. Shit that hate make it to the featherweight. Niggas claim they hard, but they sweeter than a Debbie cake. Hold on, think it's time to introduce. I'm a man and a beast and a step and a ruler. Hold on, and a G and a soldier and a mover. Hold on, and a killer and a prophet and a shooter, nigga. Trying to stay humble, my shit crazy. Cold leader, need the blue stripes, no brick baby. Can't be serious, you a funny boy, young fly. Look wrong, must be a dummy, I ain't gun shy. Fuck that little bitch, she a hook. Niggas swear he the goat, bring him to the bush. To the bush. The fuck wrong with him? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get him. Niggas in their feelings, I don't feel them. Keep the Glocky with me, it was like a ball with it. Be at the end, gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay patient. You one of them? What's the problem? I'm one west, go to war with everybody.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So that you said that they put millions of my actions.
You know what's crazy? When I was in the world, I had niggas flipping over benches. These little bullets had big niggas running like bitches. Now I'm in the truth. I see my mindset wasn't any different from the white man doing the whipping. I was really slipping, cutting crack rock with precision. Young nigga getting money, shoot your block up just for an image. Peer pressure, my heart got cold and timid. This what happens when you see your best friend's brains get blown out on the line of scrimmage. All this violence got me full with vengeance. Revenge, setting my life up for a big time Armageddon sentence. Satan trying to kill me with a big butt Vincent. So it's time for repentance. The shoes that I was trying to fit and didn't fit, so I took them more. Time for a new transition, a new life I stand on. This is my position. I told myself when I wrote this, somebody gonna listen and watch this song. Help that person through their struggles and oppositions. These niggas wanna defund the police, I'd rather defund the kitchen. No more crack dealers, 011 hustlers, dope pushers, no more coke smugglers, weed handlers, methadone customers. Nigga, you can feel it in your jugular. Pain to a healer, no money to skriller. It gets no realer than this right now. I'm a scripture puller. I'll push your shit back with a scripture, nigga. I push your shit back with a scripture, nigga. Fast life and fast cars. When it's all gone, they don't know who you are. Fast life and fast cars. When it's all gone, they don't know who you are. What? Fast life and fast cars. When it's all gone, they don't know who you are. Fast life and fast cars. When it's all gone, they don't know who you are. What? Fast life and fast cars. They don't know who you are, man. Fast life and fast cars. It's just more proof. Fast life and living fast for cars. Material things don't mean nothing, man. Fast cars. Fast life and fast cars. When it's all gone, they don't know who you are. What? Fast life and fast cars. When it's all gone, they don't know who you are. Fast life and fast cars. When it's all gone, they don't know who you are. Fast life and fast cars. When it's all gone, they don't know who you are.
I will wait.
Dirty Bird.
Buck roll.
Not no more. It's shocking.
I will wait.
Yeah. I've been feeling how I'm feeling like. Fuck how niggas feeling, I've been waiting my turn. Walking through the pits of hell, still feeling the burn. At 3 in the morning when I'm tossing the turn. Shorty gripping me tight, tell me it'll be alright. I'm gripping the pistol, having visions of death. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of death. I'm in the alleys, it's a scully on tilt. I'm ready, bullets behind me, conflicted in heart. Spent too much time in the midst of the dark. I'm itching in this truth just to play my part. On a Saturday in the depths of the dark, where the zombies walk. Times Square, let the scriptures bark. in the general's talk. Fishing for that young man or the princess he called before the reapers involved. Show your chariots, Lord, dead in the middle of their war. Let your trumpets blow, revelations reveal. Let the sky crack wide, show the color of Christ. Let me watch the descent before I enter my chamber. Allow me to enter the chamber. See, the truth is amazing. Hoping, wishing, and praying. I earn my place in the kingdom. Plant my feet on the pavement. Put my brick in them chasing for the crown of this promise. For that crown of this promise.
Right. Sure
I'm
is.
at 44.
Sure is. We wait for instructions and orders in these truths, man. Wise man once told me seek counsel. Never rely on your own understanding. It's not. It's UPK, the heart different. Black on black boots ain't forces to walk different. Muscle energy, the thousand to spark different. And learned about the scriptures from generals taught different. Game bred pit with grip, the bark different. Priests and officers, we captains to talk different. Proper side of the wind, and I endure to the end. Strap these niggas rock Christ, and ain't nothing to him, but check it. In your city, we them niggas on the corner. And all black changed men that put away the former. We militant, discipline is niggas that's in order. We shield swinging off our neck and fringes on the borders. Born rugged in these streets, learned the codes and the politics. And I ain't wait for the Lord, he got me out of it. Hood nigga, hard knock alumni with scholarship. Big Glock was up on my hip, up in them colleges. And you ain't saved if you a Christian and you waiting on it. Heaven not by observation, go and take that moment. Cause your faith is in your work while you debating on it. I'm enduring to the end, this Glock ain't got no safety on it.
Sure don't. Can't wait till the Most High come and open these skies up and let YAHANNA come down here and bomb these motherfuckers. Bombing all these heathens. Their time is up. I can't wait, though I feel conflicted. Mind shifted to the point I gotta check my spirit. Eyes lifted to the hills like YAHANNA did. So potent, so strong, just feel it in the air. If we don't hearken, as poor judgment would disappear. He's all seeing, all knowing, you don't want to visit. Whether short wave or long range, his aim is vivid. We can't run, can't hide, he'll come and get us. There's no test, no rest in this war business. I'm on the corner with my brothers and my garment on. Mic in my hand, chanting white man's the devil song. Provoking spirit in my people to get our gather on. Shots fired at hellfire, we get our Bible on. Wanna eat, find the menu in Leviticus. Learn to walk, talk scriptures here, this is how to fish. Hit the ground, running hard. We staying on our job, cause Babylon is falling. Like the song that we made for y'all. We live and die for this shit. There's no plan B. We the Lord's sheep. The Lord's chosen would never flee. If it's not for the Most High, we would never be.
Never be. Stand the fuck up.
Roll, bro. ISUPK coming out of Northwest Harlem, New York, 126, 100 General behind. It says 1969. We've been bringing out the truth that Black, Hispanic, Native Indians are the true children of Israel. Certified. Your brother, Priest and Officer Victor Gospel, holding them down this Lashawan with Qadash. Now I mean that holy tongue, that native language, that talk that we supposed to talk, the Lord's language. You know what I'm saying? Most time, Christ and my brothers in the chat for the options. Shalom, your house, I should know what's happening to the options. Shalom, your house, small elephant, by 2 hours child. Watch walk with God's class, y'all. This is something important we got to learn because we can't learn the native tongue. Then how can we pray? If we don't learn the native tongue, how can we communicate with the Most High? Being a priest and prophet for the Lord, if we don't know how to call on him in his language, then how can we expect to call on him? You understand? Let me double check. Let's see. Let's check. We'll put a one in the chat if you hear me. Sound far away. Check this. Mic check, mic check, mic check. For the one in the chat, if it sound better. Let me know if I sound better, young man. Have to. For the one in the chat, if you can hear.
Mic check, mic check. That might be better. Mic check. Most High Christ. It's the Lashawan Qadash, y'all. It's the Lord's language. You understand? It's the native tongue of our people. Before there was the water, young man hacked the water. Before there was English, before there was Spanish, you understand? Before there was patois, before it was Creole, before it was French, before it was Portuguese, before any of that stuff that we speak now, unfortunately. This was the native tongue of the Israelites, the Lashawan Qadash, which means native tongue in the Hebrew. The holy tongue. Holy meaning separate, meaning we had a separate language from other nations. We had a separate language from the heathens. You understand? They spoke what they spoke, and we spoke the Lashawan Qadash. We spoke the Hebrew. You understand? We're going to do a recap of the alphabet from last week, and I actually drew out the full alphabet for you to take notes and write down. And once you have it all down, I'll give you time to write it on the board, off the board and everything. And then once you write the alphabet down, I'll give you enough time to write the whole thing, and then we can get back to it. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna teach y'all the Lord's Prayer today in the Hebrew. You understand? But I'm gonna pull up the Lashawan Qadash for y'all to take notes. I'll give y'all a few moments to take y'all time and write it, and make sure y'all let me know if y'all see it clearly. I made sure I set the camera up so you can see it just right. Baba Shaw, give me 1 second. Let me switch camera views. Once y'all done writing that top row, I'll move that light so a little further back. I'll make sure you can still see the board, so you could be able to draw out the rest of the alphabet. Now remember, you're reading and you're writing it from right to left, not left to right. The alphabet starts from right to left. That's how we originally was taught how to read and write. We write the Assyrian and the Hebrew from right to left. So when you see Ah and the symbol for Ah in the Hebrew, the symbol right below it is the Assyrian. Matter of fact, let me see if I can adjust this light for you. That'll work for right now. I know it's a little bright, but I wanted to make sure the light was bright enough so you could see the actual board and the letters. All right. I'll give y'all some time to write out the alphabet. Remember, the symbol above is the Hebrew for Ah. Ah means alap in the Hebrew, and the English definition for alap is cow. The symbol below the Ah is the Assyrian letter for Ah. As I teach y'all more about the alphabet, is a couple of letters in the alphabet that have extra symbols. Once y'all get this down, I will show y'all and teach you the extra symbols as well. So you'll have the full
you'll have the full Hebrew and Assyrian alphabet. I'll give y'all a few minutes. Take your time. Make sure you write it out. If you have trouble seeing it clearly, just let me know. I'm going to try my best to make sure that the light is not blinding the symbols. Be a lot better. That should be good enough for y'all to see the alphabet. I'll give y'all some time. Y'all go ahead and take notes and write that down. I'll give y'all till 7:30. That should be more than enough time. And then we'll jump into it. Now remember, for that first row of the alphabet, you got the Hebrew above the letter and then the Assyrian letter below. So for Ah, the symbol above is the Hebrew letter for Ah, and the letter below it is the Assyrian. When you study in the Hebrew language, the Assyrian and the Hebrew go hand in hand. So as you study the Hebrew, you learn the Assyrian as well. Because, for example, like say if you want to write a written request to one of the generals, you would write it in the Assyrian, not the Hebrew. When you're at a feast day at headquarters in Harlem and they bring you up to read, they will either have you read the English, or if you know enough Hebrew, or if you're studying it well enough, they'll have you read out of the Tanakh, which is the Assyrian. You understand? That's why it's very important that you learn the Assyrian as well as the Hebrew. Everything goes hand in hand. Now make sure you take your time and make sure you're writing the symbols correctly. Now I'm gonna tell you, when you get to Ha, which is the fifth letter across towards the middle, Ha has a space. It's not fully connected. Ha is not fully connected. Ha has a gap. Because Ha, Ka, and Tha is similar. Yeah. Ta is not connected. Almost like similar to a horseshoe, but the piece to the right of the symbol comes kind of down and in rather than straight. It kind of comes down and in. Let me know if you struggle with any of the other symbols or letters. I'll try to write as neat as possible. I write like a first grader. Slovakia. Make sure you try to write the symbols as you see it. You know, as you grow in this truth, you'll understand what I mean when I say that. Like, write it exactly how it is. Even if I got a coffee stain on the board, draw that coffee stain. Write it exactly how you see it. You understand? And then once y'all done with the alphabet, we're gonna go over last week's. You said finish writing. I'll give them a few more minutes at 7:45, and then I'll take that off the board, and then we'll do a quick recap of the full alphabet of the words, and then we'll get into the rest of the lesson. All right, a couple more minutes, and I'm gonna clear the board. We're gonna go over the actual Hebrew words, and then we're gonna study. We're gonna learn the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. All right, y'all, that should be good. All right, now we back. I'm gonna clear the board in a minute. We're gonna go over the alphabet from the previous class. You know, Abba, Gada, Hawa, Zah. You know, we're gonna go over it and the meaning of each word in the Hebrew. You understand, and the English definition as well. And then we're gonna work on learning the Lord's Prayer. I'm gonna say it in the Hebrew for you, and then once we go over the alphabet, I'll write it out. Start writing it out on the board. It's the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abba Nawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Qadash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwika, Taba'ah, Ratazakah, Hayah, Aisha, Bayaratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathan Lanawa, Lakam, Kayawam, Wasalak Lanawa, Kawab with Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kawab with Yanawa, Wala'ah, Thaba Ya'anawa, Banasayawan, Abal, Awashanawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Maha'ala, Wahatha Arath, La'aiwa Lawan, Aman. In the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but to deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. so be it. That's the Lord's Prayer in the English and in the Hebrew. Once we start getting the alphabet down a little bit more, we can start learning how to say the prayers properly. We can learn the Lord's prayers. We can learn the Hakak, which is the power in the Hebrew. And these are all the prayers that are read for the Sabbath service. These are all the prayers that are read for the holy convocations like the feast days and the high holy days. There's a couple more prayers that's in my packet, but we're going to learn as we go along. Now the Hakak, which means the power in the Hebrew, this is the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Baba Kushah, Nathan Lanawa, Hakak, Lara Pa'ah, Kal Makalah, Wakal, Madawa, Hakak, La Tahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakak, Laha Karayim, Hamathium, Hakak, Alraka Awath, Ha Tama'ala, Lagarshin, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Thawada Amah. Now in the English, it says, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the leper, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you. So be it. And that's how you pronounce the power in the Hebrew and in the English. Again, as we go along and as we learn and start getting more down pat with the Hebrew, the prayers become simpler. Sometimes it's not going to be easy, but it gets simpler. You know, some words you might have a hard time pronouncing. You know, just like when in Spanish class, when you're learning Spanish, they have certain exercises that help you pronounce the words more. Like in Spanish class, they give you tongue rolling exercises like a rolling sound with your tongue. So you'll be able to pronounce certain words in the Spanish a little bit more simpler. It's not always going to be easy, but it is simple once you get the hang of it. If y'all need, before I erase it, I'll give y'all another quick 5 minutes to get the board down with the Lashawan Qadash before I erase it. And then we will get jumping with the next segment. So just bear me 1 minute. Shalom, Yahbashim Yahweh Barakatah, Adawan. I thought you knew the Hebrew already. Welcome. So yeah, I'll give y'all a couple more minutes to get down, get the Lashawan Qadash down on the board. I'll give y'all about 5 minutes, 5-6 minutes, and then we'll move on to the next part. Give y'all to 8 on the dot to make sure y'all got this Lashawan Qadash board down. And then we're going to move forward. All right, one last minute, and I'm taking this down to clear the board. We're going to move on to the next port. All right. I'm going to put the next stuff back up. I'm going to clear this board, put the next stuff up, and then we're going to get right into it. Hey, they say that's a racial marker, boy, but that was a little work trying to clear that off the board. It's been sitting up there for a while. Okay. want to go back over the alphabet again. I just want to make sure y'all got it down. Sloppy. All right. Let me see. If we go to the book of Matthew, chapter 6, starting at verse 8 to 15. Now the letters are in red. That means Christ is saying this, right? This is where he taught us the prayer, right? If we go to the book of Matthew, chapter 6, starting at verse 8, this is how we originally learned how to do the prayer, right? Starting at verse 8, it says, "Be not ye therefore like unto them, for your Father knoweth what things ye have need of before ye ask him." Meaning the Lord knows what you want before you even going to ask him for it. The Lord knows what you're going to pray for before you even pray for it. The Most High is all-seeing, all-knowing. You understand? There's nothing you can't get past your Father. Your spiritual Father knows you better than you know yourself. He knew how long you was going to be a wicked, filthy, disgusting sinner before you decided to come in here into the ISUPK and learn under Commanding General YAHANNA. You understand? The Lord knew once his spirit came back into the earth, how long it was going to take for us to start waking the hell up. You understand? As a matter of fact, I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to definitely try something a little different, y'all. I'm definitely going to try something different. Y'all just bear with me a moment. Where is it? Y'all just bear with me one moment. Let's see. Y'all bear with me, Israel. I'm looking for something. Now, people, I'm going to bridge this together, right? This is how important it is for us to learn our native tongue. This is how important it is for us to know the Hebrew language, because learning the Hebrew language is more than just studying the alphabet and learning how to say the prayers and learning how to greet your Akim and Akwathium, right? This is so we could communicate as priests and fishers of men. This is how we could communicate with the Lord. This is how we could communicate to the men above us to send prayers up for those that's in the world that don't want to come into the school, but we still care and love for them because they're our family. And they will be blessed through us. You understand? I'm going to play a clip of Commander General YAHANNA. Now, this clip I was actually physically there for, right? This was during the brothers that graduated 2025 Hebrew Academy, right? He was being interviewed by this white boy that was doing a documentary about our Israelite culture, because we're not a religion. This is a culture. Studying the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God is a culture. You understand? This is why the small hats which are the Ashkenazi, the so-called Jewish, who are originally Slavics. You know, they originate from the Caucasus Mountains. They're from, what's this, Slavinica or something like that. I can't pronounce it, but they originate from Vikings. You understand? And who are Vikings? White people. You understand, Israel? Like, we have to know who we are, where we came from. Lashawan Qadash is even a part of history. I teach history on Mondays when I cover for Officer 500 of Dunya, right? When I teach history, I'm teaching our culture. I'm teaching our background. You understand? I'm not just showing slavery. I'm also teaching who we are as a people and where we come from. You understand? We didn't just come from slaves. You understand? We're not poor black trash. Esau is poor white trash. You understand? We don't come from poor upbringing. We come from pain. We come from struggle. We come from slavery. But we also come from the Most High God. We originate because we're part royalty. We are part of the riches of the kingdom of Israel. We are part of the inheritance that the Most High gave us. We are part of the covenant that the Most High made with our forefathers. We are of royalty, Israel. You understand? Don't ever think you're anything less. We mean something in this world when it comes to the Most High God. This is why we have to learn the law, statutes, and commandments. This is why we have to learn the Lashawan Qadash. You understand? Because this is how we're going to communicate with the Most High and the angels when they come on down here and cleanse this planet of all the iniquities that surround it. This is how we're going to learn, Israel. This is how we're going to survive. You want to be taken up in them chariots. You want to be able to be taken up to the Most High God. Don't let your flesh and pride numb your brain. Don't let your skin, and don't let your pride block your blessing. You understand? Get into this truth. Learn your native language. Learn your law, statutes, and commandments, Israel. You want to be taken up into the chariot by the Most High God. Don't be so stubborn and bullheaded, and the Most High be like, you know what? I'm gonna leave your ass down here to suffer with these heathens. You're gonna get your head chopped off with the rest of them. Because I want to be the one collecting the heads if I'm not slashing them off myself. You understand? I'm trying to be up there training to put in that work with the Most High God. I want to be alongside with my king, Yahawashi Mashiach, who we call Jesus Christ. You understand? And this is why we have to learn the Lashawan Qadash. Because if you didn't know your Hebrew language, then how would you know when I speak about Yahawashi Mashiach? That is who we call Jesus Christ. That is Christ's name in the Hebrew. Yahawashi Mashiach. Yahweh, Most High God. You understand? I pray you do. As a matter of fact, I got an idea. I'm going to play this video.
Here's the thing. If that's the case, no problem. Why not give us, the slaves, the choice? What if you turned around and said, you know what? We'll give you the portion of the United States that you built and worked for percentage-wise, and we'll let you start your nation. How do you feel about black people saying, you know what? We want 5 states in the United States to make our own country. Would that be wrong?
Should we just divide by population? The Chinese are 3% of the United States. You guys get
the Chinese didn't suffer slavery like us. Don't mix us with the Chinese. The Chinese didn't have chains on them and brought over here in cargo ships. See? Now here's the thing. If that's the case, no problem. Why not give us, the slaves, the choice? What if you turned around and said, you know what? We'll give you the portion of the United States that you built and worked for percentage-wise, and we'll let you start your nation. How you feel about black people saying, you know what, we want 5 states in the United States to make our own country? Would that be wrong?
Should we just divide it by population? The Chinese are 3% of the United States. You guys get
the Chinese didn't suffer slavery like us. Don't mix us with the Chinese. The Chinese didn't have chains on them and brought over here in cargo ships. See? Now here's the thing. If that's the case, no problem. Why not give us, the slaves, the choice? What if you turned around and said, you know what? We'll give you the portion of the United States that you built and worked for percentage-wise, and we'll let you start your nation. How you feel about black people saying, you know what, we want 5 states in the United States to make our own country? Would that be wrong?
Should we just divide it by population? The Chinese are 3% of the United States. You guys get
the Chinese didn't suffer slavery like us. Don't mix us with the Chinese. The Chinese didn't have chains on them and brought over here in cargo ships. See?
What Commander General YAHANNA brings out is so heavy, Israel, because you have to understand something. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, right? And what they try to do is they try to keep us dumb. They want to keep us asleep. They don't want us waking up. They don't want us to know this. This is our heritage. This is our language. They don't want us to know it. Understand how important this is. This is more than me just writing on the board and you taking notes and me saying this is that and this is this. No. This is our survival. This is our language. Take this seriously. We have to learn this. This is a commandment. And this is an order given to us by men above us. We have to learn this Lashawan Qadash. We all should be able to go to a holy convocation, a high holy day, or a feast day, and any one of us, whether if we're a trooper, an officer of 50, or an officer of 5,000, any one of us should be able to go up there and speak the Lashawan Qadash. Any one of us should be able to go up there and speak the prayers. You understand? Hell, when we're at the holy convocations, we're standing facing the east all together, speaking, repeating it after the men above us. We have to learn to memorize this. This is per our survival. This is per our heritage. This is our history. This is important. Now, Steve, don't get me wrong. I understand North Jersey is a constantly growing school. We're not like headquarters where we got 700, 800, 900 viewers for one class, 1,500 viewers for Black Watch, 15,000 viewers for Across the Line Radio. We're not big like some of our other Ottawa. You understand? But we are equally as important. We are to learn this. We are to memorize this. You understand? We have to know who the hell we are as a people. There is no excuses. This is for our survival, Israel. I take this shit seriously. I'm not playing. I put my life on this. And you should take it that serious as well. I pray you understand. And if you don't, eventually you will. Because it's this of the world. And the world don't love you. Because once you started coming into the truth, your family started hating you. Your friends started disliking you even more. Because you ain't coming around. You're not hitting the weed no more. You're not hitting the cigs and the black amounts. You ain't popping the pills no more. You're not sitting there getting stupidly drunk. You understand? You're changing your life for the better. You're doing something different. You're doing something with yourself. That is who you are. That is who you're becoming. You have to kill the old you to create the new you. That is part of the commandments. You can't put old wine in a new bottle. You can't put new wine in an old bottle. You have to change the bottle and the wine. Some say your cup is half empty. Some say your cup is half filled. Empty the goddamn cup. We must learn who we are as a people. This is imperative, Israel. Now we're going to go over the book of Matthew chapter 6. I'm going to bring it back. But then I'm going to start teaching y'all some of the actual Hebrew before we even get to the prayers. Slocky, let me correct something. I added an extra letter in one of the words. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 8. Be not ye therefore like unto them, for your Father knoweth what things ye have need of before ye ask them. Again, like I said, the Most High God knows who you are before you do. He know who you are before you exit the womb. He knew if you was going to become a priest or just be a lost sheep out here in the world, walking dead, until the Most High finds you and decides to breathe life into you. And then you awaken. You understand, Israel? Verse 9. After this manner, therefore, pray ye. Now, this is where it begins where Christ begins to tell you what to do. After that manner, therefore, ye pray. You pray to your Father. You understand? You pray for mercy. You pray for forgiveness. And you fight. Fight your flesh. You know, a friend of mine, very young, not even 30 yet, strung out on crack and dope. Not even 28 yet. Strung out on crack cocaine and heroin. Strong. Said he's tired of getting high and had his brother put him into rehab. Most High in Christ. Let's give that a hand. The problem is he going to finally wake up, get his ass in all black in these classes, and that's where the fight begins. Rehab is to get you off of the drugs. This is the medicine to keep you off the drugs. You understand, Israel? If you was a sexual deviant before you got in here, you will not be one once you are in here, because you will learn to fight that member between your legs. You will learn to fight your flesh. These are the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. He said there will be no whores of the daughters of Israel, and no sodomites of the sons of Israel. And we are to keep those laws, statutes, and commandments. Or you could just be a sexual deviant or go be a drug addict until the Most High unalives you. Until you take a hit of something and you nod off and you don't wake up. I've seen it happen. It happened this year. My mother's boyfriend used to smoke crack for over 20 years, and he caught a stroke getting out of the shower. He went to the hospital. He woke up twice and freaked out. They put him back into an induced coma, and he never woke up again. And the Lord unalived him and took him up out of here because he did not want to hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. And I tried to plead with that brother. I forgave that brother for transgressions. I forgave that brother for wronging, because that's what you do in this truth. You forgive. All this is hand in hand. The law, statutes, and commandments, brotherhood, sisterhood, learning the Lashawan Qadash. Because everything I'm speaking, you will learn to speak in the Hebrew. eventually. It's going to take time. But you're going to get this work. You're going to get this work, Israel. Verse 9. The book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 9. After this manner, therefore, ye pray, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Verse 10. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Verse 11. Give us this day our daily bread. Verse 12. And forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Verse 13. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Verse 14. For if ye forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. This is why I said what I just said. Because who are you to not forgive somebody that wronged you in the past when you was a wicked, disgusting piece of garbage and you sought forgiveness from the Most High God? You wanted the Lord to show you mercy. You wanted the Lord to give you a bit of grace and a reprieve. You were the one that said, I'm tired of messing up. Lord, forgive me. When you're sincere, those prayers go up. You understand? In this truth, when you say a prayer, that prayer goes up. And the Most High hears it. But unless you're keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments, he don't hear that shit. So stop letting these Christian pastors lie to you and say, just go in the confession booth, do 30 Hail Marys, 40 signs of the cross, and all is forgiven. And make sure you pay your tithes again on your way out. You only put money in the bucket 5 times today. I need 5 more. You understand, Israel? These pastors is wicked. They take away from our culture. They take away from our learning. They take away from our survival. We have to wake the hell up and get it. Stop wasting your time. Stop throwing your goddamn life away and get your ass in these goddamn classes. Sisters, stop being bum bitches, putting on fake eyelashes, fake hair, fake boobs, fake asses, trying to get you a 6-figure man. It's not going to work. He don't want no phony. He wants the real McCoy. I promise you. Your education don't mean squat. You making a bunch of money don't mean squat. Can you cook, clean? Can you do that? Can you submit yourself? All that is what matters. Submit to your husband like you would submit to the Lord thy God. But that's the problem. You heifers don't want to submit to God, but sit there and say you love God, but then be sinning Monday through Saturday, and then you inside the church Sunday twerking for the Lord. How dare you? You wicked harlot. Anywho, book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 15. But if ye forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. It's self-explanatory, Israel. If you can't forgive a brother for wronging you, he might have came at you in a way you felt offended. Go to him and him alone. Matter of fact, let me pull that. When you go to the brother, him and him alone, you can resolve the issue. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his faults between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. If you go to your brother, him and him alone, and tell him his faults, he will acknowledge, if he's really your brother, he will have acknowledged that he offended you. And if he acknowledges that he offended you and rightfully apologizes, thou hast gained the brother. But if you're in the truth and he's in the world, it's a rare thing to get an apology from somebody in the world, especially if you're not in the world being wicked with them. Verse 16. But if he will not hear thee, then take with thee one or two more, that in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses every word may be established. Meaning, if that nigga don't apologize, take his ass to a mini council, which is you gather a couple of men above you that's in the school, and you plead the case to the 2 or 3 brothers, and let every word be established. Let your side be established, let his side be established, and then the truth will come out and everything will be regulated, right? Let's go one step further. Let's say if he be stubborn and don't want to listen. Verse 17. And if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church, meaning now you take his monkey ass to counsel. Now you take his ignorant ass to counsel. Now you got to sit before captains, generals, and so on. And the cases being played. But if he neglects to hear the church, let him be unto thee as an heathen man and a publican, meaning don't cast your jewels to swine. Let him go. If he don't want to hear thy brother, he's not being brotherly and the Lord is not in him. Let the nigga go. And wash your hands of it, brush the dust off your boots, and keep it the hell pushing. You got work to do. You understand, Israel? Especially if you're a priest or prophet in this truth, you got work to do. Now, moving forward, now that I got that out the way, we're going to teach you today how to say thank you and you're welcome in the Hebrew. We're going to start there. I ain't going to get to the prayers yet. That's a little advanced. Like we say with the milk scriptures, we got to give you milk first. So we're going to get you right, Israel. I'm going to give you this milk. Now, I'm going to put it to the board, and I'm going to teach you how to say thank you and you're welcome in the Hebrew. The first word, thawada. This is why I had you take down the alphabet chart. This is so you could break the word down. Let me show you real quick. Quick breakdown. Drop down to down below. That's the breakdown of the water. The, wa, da, ha. You see, I crossed the A out for ha. Now, for grammatical correction, this is how you properly break it down. The, wa, da, ha. The, wa, da. You merge the H with the da. Now you have the water. The water in the Hebrew means thank you. I'll give y'all a minute to write down thank you. And then I'm going to break down a yondabar, which means you're welcome in the Hebrew. I'll give you a minute to write it. Make sure you write everything down, young man Hector. I already know you taking good notes. And also it's very important that you know, as we do these classes every day, please make sure that you're writing down these precepts, because you'll eventually learn, being in the school, to start learning how to build your precept book. You understand? When you actually begin to start coming into physical class, Lord allow it, I'll show you how to really make a precept book, because I learned a different format, how to create my precept book, and other men above me like the format. And sometimes if they choose, I'll allow that, you know, if they ask me, I'll give them my precept book for them to use, because I have it broken down in columns. Every column is a class broken down, whether we're talking about bullying, marriage, pagan holidays, depression, betrayal, law. You understand? Everything is broken down in columns. But every column that's broken down, every topic, every headline, that's an entire class. The entire class will be under that one topic. You get what I mean? You can bounce around, but it's good to make sure you isolate each lesson, so that way, Lord allow, when you make it out the camp, you can put a solid camp speaking together. Most High in Christ. Yeah, I look forward to you coming to class next Thursday, young man. I look forward to it. That sounds like something good right there. I ain't even going to spoil it for you. I'll let you be surprised. All right. Now that's the water in the Hebrew. Now this I write it all the way out so you can see it, because if you ever get into a Lashawan Qadash class with Officer 5,000 Hazahar or Captain 10,000 Katazar, they'll get down in the deep depth in the breakdown of the language. You understand? I learned from them brothers. Now that's the breakdown of a Yundabar, so you can see the grammatical corrections. Ya, na, da, ba, ra. Now, again, for grammatical correction, you take the A, you remove the A, you merge that with the Ya. So it's ayun. Ayun. You understand? And then the da and ba, and instead of ra, remove the A, you merge the letter, and you have the bar, a yunda bar. Salakia. Make sure I'm gonna give you a minute. Make sure you write that down. Salakia Israel. All right. So that's the breakdown of a yunda bar. Yun with the A removed from na, da, ba, and Rab with the A removed. So it's a yun, da, bar. You merge the R with the ba, so it's bar. You merge the na with the yun and remove the A, so it's yun. So it's a yun, da, bar. All right. I'll give you another second, and I'll take it down, and we get into the next part. All right, back at it again. So let's see, where was I with the scriptures? Okay, I covered that. Let me see. Bear with me, Israel. This is a learning curve, you know. Even though I'm the Hebrew teacher, I still learn the Hebrew my damn self. So trust me, we are on the same boat. See. Let's see what that Isaiah 36 and 11 say. 36, 11. Let's see. All right, now here's a little history of the Hebrew language in the scriptures. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 36, verse 11. Then said Eliakim and Shebna and Joah unto Rabshakeh, speak, I pray thee, unto thy servants in the Syrian language. Now that right there, when he's saying unto thy servants in the Syrian language, meaning in the Lashawan Qadash. This is why I had you take the notes, because this is part of the Lashawan Qadash, the Syrian language. For we understand it, and speak not to us in the Jews' language, in the ears of the people that are on the wall. This is how, now that precept is a breakdown of the difference of the language they were trying to speak, because they didn't want to speak our language. You understand? We speak in the Assyrian language. They and in the Hebrew. You understand? Because if we drop down to verse 13, it says, then Rabshakeh stood and cried with a loud voice in the Jews' language and said, hear ye the words of the great king, the king of Assyria. You understand? They didn't want to speak our language. They wanted to speak their own language, you know, and this is why we have language barriers today, because even our own people were stubborn at some points in life when they didn't want to speak their native tongue. See, we know Spanish and patois and Jamaican slang and so on and so forth because we were held captive and enslaved throughout history, and we had to learn the native tongue of our oppressors. You understand? Like we spoke Spanish and Portuguese due to our oppressors. Second Kings 18:26. Like we spoke according to the oppressors. Now look, this is a reiteration of what I just read. This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 18, verse 26. Then said Eliakim, the son of Hilkiah, and Shebna and Joah, unto Rabshakeh, speak, I pray thee, to thy servants in the Syrian language, for we understand it, and talk not with us in the Jews' language, in the ears of the people that are on the wall. You understand? This is another reiteration of in the book of Isaiah. This is another account of how they were trying to basically be sneaky, be in secret. They didn't want us to know what they were talking about. That's why they promoted speaking in another tongue. They said, let's speak in Syrian language. We understand Syrian. Don't speak in the Jews' language. You understand? They're basically saying, we don't want the Jews to know what we're talking about. Speak in the Syrian. We understand the Syrian. This is why it's important that we know not just the law, statutes, and commandments and learn them well, but we also learn our history. We learn our heritage. We learn who we are as a people. So the heathens and other nations can stop trying to get over on us. You ever notice when you're around other nations and they start whispering and speaking in a native tongue that you don't recognize, but you just got that distinct gut feeling that they're talking about you? What if they didn't know that you knew their language? Then they're gonna sit there with the IE ass face. Think about it. If you sitting there around some, let's say, Germans, and they start talking in their language, and you sitting there acting like you don't know what they're saying, but then they try to greet you and you say, "Hallo, guten Tag, wie heißt du?" Right? We gets is good. They sit there with the ass face like, oh. If you're around, what's Moab's Chinese, I'm trying to remember which one is the Japanese. But Asians, let's say, for example, you're around Japanese people. You know, they're already a funny people. You know what I mean? Like they funny. They act funny around Negroes. Period. I don't know if you ever noticed that. If you're ever around them, they act funny around us. Ammon, the water, young man Hector. That's why I know you was chosen. That right there. That's what I'm talking about. Ammon, Japanese. Now, say they start speaking in their native tongue and you're around them, but they don't know that you know their language until they try to talk American and say hi, and you say hayoto konnichiwa, and they like, oh, you know our language. Hi. Someone said mas, you know, and you mess them up. You throw them off. They're like, oh wow, all right, well, damn. You know our language. So now the whole conversation shifts because you know a little bit, they think you know more than what they originally thought. So now they're being mindful what they say around you. You never play your hand. You never show your hand that's being played. You understand? You don't let them know that you know their language. You play dumb. You play along. You understand? And that's how we do that. Next word I'm going to teach y'all is how to say please in the Hebrew. It's like, it's like you request something. Like when you're pleading with the Most High God and you say, please, Lord, you say Baba Kusha, Yahweh. You understand? And you hear it in the prayers. Like, where are we at? You hear it in the power, in the Hakak, where it says Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, Baba Kusha, please. And then as we go along, I'll get into more of breaking the prayers down so you can know what it's saying. When it say the Thunla now, when you say Baba Kusha, you say please. And you say Nathunla now, give us the power. You understand? That's the first Hakak. When you say Nathunla now, Hakak, please give us the power. And then Hakak again. And then you say Lara Pa'ah, the power to heal. Kal Makala, all manner of sickness. Makal Madawa, and all manner of disease. Hakak Latahar, the power to cleanse the lepers. Matazarayim, Hakak, the power to raise the dead. Lahakarayim, Hamathium, Hakak, the power against unclean spirits. You understand? Al-Rakal Wath, Hatamalah, Lagarshan. You say to cast them out in the name of Yahawashah. You say Yahawashah. And then thank you, so be it. The Wada Amat. Now, I just gave you a brief breakdown, but when we get deeper into it, I'll write it out on the board for you to take notes and to study that. But that's just a brief, quick breakdown of it. Now we're going to go to the board, and I'm going to teach you Baba Kusha. And then we'll wrap up class for the day. Again, the Wada Young Man Hector, I appreciate you, brother. That is Baba Kusha at the top, and right below it is the breakdown of it. I separated it for you again because it's Ba, Kara, and Shah. As a matter of fact, let me write the Hebrew under it so you could better understand it as well. And I know you understand why I'm writing it out like I'm doing it, young man Hector, because you're going to be an outstanding priest, man. I know it. I know it. You're going to be a very outstanding priest. I'm so proud to have you in my class, young man Hector. But yeah, Baba Kusha, which means please in the English. And that's the breakdown of it. Ba, Kra, Sha. Baba Kusha. See, and this word is a lot easier to study and to learn because we're not making any grammatical corrections like in Thawada. You understand what I'm saying? Or a Yundabar. We're not removing any letters for grammatical correction. So it's Ba, Kra, Sha. Baba Kusha, which means please in the English. I'll give you another minute to write it down, and then I'm going to wrap this up. Got it? Most High in Christ. I mean, all right. Well, with that was today's Lashawan Qadash lesson. I hope I was helpful with you learning the Hebrew for another week. And Lord allow it, I'll be back next week and we can get back into it. You know, sometimes I try to find different ways of teaching it to make it more interesting, because I understand, you know, everybody, a lot of other schools and zones, they tune into their respective classes. You know, some classes get more viewers than others, but it's very important that we as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians learn and study this Lashawan Qadash, which is the holy tongue. You understand, Israel? This is very important to our survival and to our history. And I pray y'all understand. But yeah, this is until the next episode. So make sure you tune in tomorrow morning for the Sabbath service. You already know how we get down. It's going to be an awesome service. We're going to get back into that book of Exodus, the 15th. We're going to finish off the 15th chapter as the Most High God was putting an end to the Egyptians for not just oppressing us, but trying to unalive us after he let us go. But I don't want to spoil it. I'm gonna save it for the next day. But the water to you, young man Hector, I appreciate you and everybody else that was in the class today. You understand? And to the next episode, shalom.